Hardships can be fast-tracked through thankfulness.
That first bite is just like heaven.
I'm getting so emotional. Oh, shout out, I made this top. Hi guys! How are you all doing today? I want to read a passage from this book that I'm reading right now. I'm gonna quit it. I'll be right back. Honestly, I wish I could read every single passage from this book. I'm reading The Universe Always Has a Plan, and my boyfriend got me this book a while ago. And it says The 10 Golden Rules of Letting Go by my favorite author, Matt Kahn. Matt Kahn is just, I've seriously never read a book on letting go, forgiveness, acceptance, heart-centered living, honesty, you know, all the kinds of books that talk about those things, mostly spiritual books. I've never read a book from another author who captures the principles of like living a life of love so perfectly. He's just my favorite author. He has been for a while now. My favorite book by him is Whatever Arises, Love That. I really highly recommend reading that book. It changed my life, and I know that it's changed some of my friends' lives who have read it. I even had it available at my shop, and I think someone actually stole a second copy. I think that they just really needed it. But yeah, I highly recommend that book and this book, and seriously any book Matt Kahn writes. So I'm gonna read a little passage from this book before I start this vlog, because I've been trying to start my days out in this way, and so I'm gonna start the vlog out this way. So I opened up to a random page while I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend, and this was exactly what we needed to hear. This is exactly what I needed to read for myself, and so I'm hoping it'll resonate with you. Exercise. Cultivating the opposite. Think of a person in your life who either hurt you the most or is the hardest to forgive. Find the adjective that describes the way they made you feel. Was it betrayed, ashamed, hurt, heartbroken, devastated, or another word that best describes the intensity of your experience? Here is the crucial turning point. What is the opposite adjective to how they made you feel? If it was abandonment, the opposite of abandonment is inclusion. Because abandonment is to be cast away by another, inclusion is to be accepted by another. If it was heartbreak, the opposite of heartbreak is wholeness. If it was devastation, the opposite of devastation is openness. If it was pain, the opposite of pain is ease. If it was shame, the opposite of shame is worthiness. If it was betrayal, the opposite of betrayal is trust. Why am I showing you this? Because every negative experience that someone seemed to bring upon you serves to help you cultivate the opposite adjective on a vibrational level. Through devastation, we eventually arrive at more openness. Through betrayal, we actually learn to trust ourselves deeper. Through heartbreak, we become more open. And through abuse, we become more compassionate. No one deserves anything that happens to them. Life is not a matter of deserving, it is an opportunity, a divine rite of passage. Through this practice, you can take the worst thing that happened to you, the adjective that describes the way it made you feel, and acknowledge that the opposite of this feeling is what you're actually being given the chance to cultivate throughout your life's journey. Can you now visualize the person who wronged you and try to speak these words out loud? Thank you for this gift. I may have not liked the gift when I initially opened the package, but there is no doubt it's only destined to make me better than I've ever been before. This doesn't make the action okay, and the fact that it isn't okay is why I offer forgiveness, to ensure no one else may be harmed by the actions of unprocessed pain. If there's any justice in this world, may I be more evolved than those who have hurt me. So in knowing my deepest pain, I guarantee that no one in my presence shall ever endure the pain that I have endured. This helps me break the cycle of abuse. Through forgiveness, unfairness is a gift that only helps me be more kind. Thank you, unfairness. Thank you for this gift. If there's something in your life that doesn't feel like a gift, just sit with this wisdom until it feels authentic. It's not a gift until it's a gift. You might need to start with, thank you for this hardship. Thank you for this betrayal. Thank you for this abuse. Thank you. If you can say at least thank you to some of the worst things that have ever happened to you, on a vibrational level, you will feel some deep shift inside of you. You will feel something deep inside of you shift. When it occurs, it is always the presence of forgiveness answering your call to make things right. Whew! And the heading of this is, hardships can be fast-tracked through thankfulness. When I read that, I was crying. I've kind of been going through a hard time lately. It's currently October 30th. I know a lot of my friends have been going through a lot of hardship, unfairness, pain, heartbreak. And so just reading this just made me feel less alone. Reading Whatever Arises, Love That by Matt Kahn. I should get that book and show you guys. I have it. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's right up there. Reading that changed my life and made me feel less alone. And so, yeah. I'm happy I got to share that with you guys. If I can provide tools and just share them, the tools that are helping me get through this life, then, you know, I can't complain. Like, that's ultimately what I want to do in the world, just like share tools for healing. So anyway, today's vlog is basically me cutting up this jackfruit. This one has some mold on the outside. Honestly, I kind of let mine go too far before I open them just because I love eating them super sweet, super ready for smoothies and stuff. They have a really thick skin, so if you see mold on jackfruit, I know a lot of people get freaked out by it, but I wouldn't be too freaked out unless it's like covered. But for this, I think it's just because there's sap and juice that gets on the outside and it's easy for mold to grow because of the way the skin is spiked like this. There's just lots of crevices for moisture. But inside, I really think it'll be fine. But we'll see, we'll see. I've opened a lot that have been moldy on the outside and they've all been amazing inside. So I have faith in this one. Just a corner of it and I love it. I wear it all the time. I love triangle tops. And I just actually took these in this morning. They're like organic linen pants with pockets. And yeah, they were just a little bit loose. So when I put my keys in, my pants would just fall. But now they fit me perfectly and they're so cozy. And it makes me really happy too, wearing 100% organic, like biodegradable, compostable fabrics. I just like to think, like, if I were to die right now in these clothes, if I were to go into the woods and die, not that I think it would happen like that. It wouldn't be planned, I wouldn't know. I would just melt into the earth, except for my glasses, they're plastic, but whatever. So what I have is my jackfruit, I have a knife, I have a jar full of coconut oil, which you're gonna wanna need. I'll tell you why in a bit. And we have my little tabletop composter. This is just something someone donated. It's real nasty inside, it has compost in it. But it doesn't smell, it's just like tea leaves and stuff. And I keep this on my counter so it's just easy to throw in. And then I have my floor, my bigger 5-gallon bucket, Naples compost bucket, which I use for my garden. And yeah, so the first thing I do when I start dealing with jackfruit, oh, and we're just gonna get a rag, like a towel type of rag, because jackfruits are really sticky and it's kind of a messy process. But if you go about it the right way, you can really minimize the annoyances that come with just being covered in sticky goo. And the first thing that I want to go through is oiling up your knife, and secondly, oiling up your fingers. The latex in jackfruits is super sticky and it cannot be removed with soap and water. It needs to be removed with an oil. Oil removes oil. So we're gonna slather up our hands, okay, nice and oiled. And we're gonna make sure our knife is thoroughly covered, just because it's annoying when your knife is covered in a lot of goo. So if you have a bad knife, I would just use your not favorite knife, just in case. So I'm gonna insert the knife. A lot of people cut them this way, but I prefer to cut them this way. So I'm just gonna do the way that I know. So I immediately shoved it in and it's soft inside. So you cut all the way down You'll feel some resistance in the middle, but just cut right through that. Just try to cut all the way through. And then keep turning it so you can cut down more. And all the way around. Oh, and this one's so ready, just split right open. All right, so I can see that I could have cut it open yesterday. It is a little overripe, but man, that is just perfect and yellow and still firm. So good. This is my breakfast this morning. Oh. You know when you just like haven't eaten all day, or you have like a late breakfast? It is life-giving. I feel like that was hardly a tutorial. Like you just cut it and then it falls apart. If you cut it right, and if you cut it at the right time. I see a lot of people trying to cut jackfruit when it's like rock hard and green, and that is when it has the most latex. That is when it's the most crunchy. It's not super sweet. And I just prefer it a little softer, a lot sweeter, a lot more like bubblegum candier. Yeah. You just saw I composted a seed. You can save the seeds. That one in particular was kind of bad, just because I waited a little bit. But save the seeds and you can make jackfruit nut milk. You have to roast them though. You can also make like spiced, I don't know what it's called, but there's this Taiwanese snack that it's like these hard seeds with this shell that's like papery but still thick, and they're covered in like salt and seasonings, and they are so good to just like munch on. And these remind me of that. I have to look up what they're called, but I might try to mimic that recipe. So I'm gonna get another bowl just to keep the seeds. I'm gonna put them in this bowl. And I'm going to wipe my hands. And I can feel that they're oily, and not sticky, but I can feel that there's stick on top of the oil. So I'm gonna oil a little bit more. So yeah, once you're at this point where you just have an open jackfruit like this, you just start plucking out the pieces of whole fruit, like the little pods, I guess, like that. Just start plucking them out of the jackfruit, and you'll notice they also have these like smaller strands. You can eat those, but they're just a little chewier, but they still have great flavor. Like I literally save every bit of it and use it for smoothies. I don't even know if I'm gonna store this one. I think I'm gonna just sit here and eat the whole thing. I don't know if I could ever live anywhere that's not in the tropics. I just love tropical fruit so much. I barely did this video. Whatever. So, I brought 2 decks out. I have a whole bunch of different decks. I have like tarot. I don't even know what these would be called. These are called Power Thought Cards. They're by Louise Hay. And it's so funny because my friend Kristen, from freshman year, maybe it was sophomore year, we like lived together in college. She was just decluttering, and these cards, she gifted me them, and she was not like a tarot card person or, you know, into like metaphysical, spiritual stuff like crystals and cards and I don't know, stuff like that. At least I didn't think she was at the time. Maybe she was. But anyway, she was just decluttering and she gave me these cards. And I wasn't into that stuff either, but I've had them this whole time. I've had them for like 8 years now. No, that's too much. Sophomore year, junior, senior. I've had them for like 5 years now. And I get rid of stuff all the time. So for me to hold on to something like this for 5 years, they really mean a lot to me. Thank you, Kristen. So anyway, yeah, these cards have been through a lot. A lot of people have handled them. I've brought them out at like, you know, dinner parties and date nights and different things like that to just, I don't know, they're beautiful. It's beautiful. They're Power Thought cards. So anyway, I'm going to pull a card from this deck. And then I have this other deck, the Skin Deep. I like don't know what the company is. I think it's the Skin Deep. but they're called The And they do like a YouTube series, which is really how I found out about them. Or yeah, they do a YouTube series and I found them on Instagram though. Amazing. So good for connecting with your significant other, for connecting to family, friends, connecting with yourself. This is the self deck. I got all three. I got couples, healing, the couples deck, the healing deck, and the self deck. So this is a self work kind of day. So I'm gonna pull a card from there too. So okay, let me just pull them. My message for all of us. My message for myself is this one. I feel like I want to pick from the top. I have the perfect living space. That is so cute. I see myself living in a wonderful place. It fulfills all of my needs and desires. It's in a beautiful location and at a price I can afford. Isn't that so cute? Isn't that so cute? This is the little graphic. There you go. Something I've needed to affirm myself because I live in a kind of funny studio apartment type of place. I kind of want to pull one more from this deck. I feel like I just saw this, but I'm going to pull it anyway. Life is simple and easy. All that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. How cute! I love this deck. This deck would be so cute to give to a friend for their birthday, or I don't know. I just love having this. Power thought card. So important. All right, so now we're gonna pull a deck from the hand. The Self Edition. So yeah, this deck comes with like two sides. I don't get why they're separated though. I think it's just to hold more cards, but there's no like differentiation of sides. So let's just pull this one. Who are my best friends? What do they all have in common? I'll pull three from this deck. So yeah, these are just questions you ask yourself, and it allows you to be really open and honest, and you can use them as journal prompts. You can use them as just like questions to meditate on. There we go. Wow, what am I excited to lose? Wow, that's a powerful question. Wow. I'm definitely gonna journal on these after I film. And the third one I'm gonna pull for us is list all the things I know to be true. That's really cute. I know I'm loved. I know I'm valued by my friends, my partner, my family, my friends, my community, the world. I know that I am valued mostly by myself. I know that I value myself. I know I love myself. I know I'm committed to loving myself. I know that I am safe. I know I'm cared for. I know that I'm a boss. I know that I'm independent. I know I'm capable. I know I am important, that I am intelligent, that I am strong, that I'm worthy, that I matter. I know that I am imperfect. I know that I'm trying. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm creative. I know that I'm limitless. I know I am emotional. I know I am cold. I know I am flawed and hurtful and hurting, and I am a multi-dimensional being. And I know all of these things to be true. I know that I have no idea what's to come. I know that the only place I can be is here right now. I know that I'm here right now. I'm here. I know that I'm alive. Alive. I know I'm here and I'm meant to be here if I am here. I know that life is short. I'm gonna die one day. I know that I will experience loss. I know I will experience more pain. I know I will experience more beauty and love and joy. I know I will die one day. I know my parents will die one day. I know my friends will die one day. My dog will die one day. I know that I want children. I know that I want to get married. I know that I want to support myself financially, support myself emotionally, support myself in all the ways. I know a lot of things, and there's a lot of things I don't know. That's a whole nother card in itself. List all the things you don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna journal on these now, and yeah, I think I'm gonna say goodbye there. I really enjoyed this. Wow, this is like my second vlog in this new state. I've posted other ones, but I really committed to showing up, being authentic, just capturing my existence, my life. And yeah, this is just a day, and tomorrow's gonna be totally different. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for holding space. I love you guys. Bye.